Um, my next, well, let me see. Okay, my next batch of question comes from X Pal X Wolfpack. He asked me, "What inspired you to make Saints Row music videos, and how did you get a lot of views on the video?" What inspired me? Honestly, I don't even know. Well, okay, let me tell you off the bat. When I first made my YouTube channel, my intentions weren't to really do anything with it. I didn't really know what I was going to do with my YouTube channel. The only reason I created it back then was to view videos I couldn't, that were mature and blah blah blah. And no, it wasn't anything, no porno or anything like that. So don't even try to have your mind in the gut and shit. And I uploaded my first Saints Row video because I actually seen some Saints Row music videos online, but I was like, I wonder if I can do that. And I actually started using my webcam. I know it's shitty, but who didn't start on YouTube with something shitty? So I actually started with that, and I guess it was game from there, and that's how I started making them. Just my inspiration just, oh my god, I can't, oh my god, fucking cat, I'm really about to whoop his ass. Get on my nerves, man. So I guess my inspiration would come from just viewing a lot of Saints Row um, 1 and some Saints Row 2 videos online, and just seeing people put music in with it. And I'm just, and in my mind, I was thinking, what if I can, step it up a bit with music videos, instead of just putting it in with music and clips and stuff. I thought I'd just take it up to the next level and actually, try to match it to the song as much as possible. And yeah, I don't honestly know how I got the views for the videos. I just say you just work hard on your videos, and you start getting subs, aka people that like your material, and it's game from there. I can't honestly tell you how I get the views, they just come. So I guess the people like the song or the video, so that's how I get them, I guess. But thank you for your questions. On to the next batch. My next batch of questions comes from Boston Official. And he asked me, do you base your divas on real people, or do you just think them up? I actually don't base any of my divas off of real people, because I like my creations to be as original as possible. I may get inspiration from a picture, well, not from a actual person, but actually from like a cartoony picture, or even from another game, and it'll just somehow pop into my, it'll just pop into my head, and I'll just create it based off that one little thing. Like, I can create a whole diva based off a character I seen online with some nice eyes or nice lips or nice nose, or I don't know, maybe this the character's overall look, and I'll be like, I like that look, so I create my characters slash cause off of that. So no, I don't base my divas off of real people. I pretty much just think them up on my own based off of little things, and voila, they're created. So thank you for your questions, Boston, and I'll be moving on to my next batch. Okay, so my next batch of question comes from KMC 100,000, and he asked me, who's your favorite diva of all time, dead or alive? I think this is my third time answering this, and my favorite diva of all time, which I will always stick with, will be China. China doll. She is my favorite and of all freaking time. Number two, will you start making paint tool tutorial videos in the future? I Well, it depends on what you want the paint tool to be about. I guess I can maybe around WWE 13 time, because WWE 12 I really don't have any inspirations to do anything more other than to work on my stories and to edit my calls and fix them up a bit to get them ready for the next game, I guess. Hoping WWE 13 doesn't have the little squares around, the chest and crotch area of the call, because when they patched the game up, a lot of people complained to DQ slash Corey Lesman that you messed up a lot of creativity for a lot of people, and their response was the fact that people were doing too many sexual things, like putting too many sexual things on a cause, when dumbass them should know that you can put anything disgusting and nasty on your cause. You don't have to put it on their crotch or their ass or their boobs to be provocative with it. So I'm hoping for 13 they take the squares and all that shit off, so we can be creative and without having to go through all these extreme measures just to make it work and blah blah blah. But yes, I'll probably be doing something in the future around WWE 13 time, because I have no no inspiration to do anything. Maybe, I mean, maybe I'll make a few in WWE 12. Maybe, I don't know. But like I said, it's probably going to be most likely be for WWE 13. So KMC, thank you for your questions, and I'm going to be moving on to the next batch of questions. So thank you. Okay, so my next batch of questions comes from Big James Brown. Okay, his first question is, what are your thoughts on next gen? Are you going to stick with PlayStation? Well, Sony have showed me that, they have longevity with them. So most likely I'll always be a PlayStation girl, but I well, let me see. I actually started out as a Nintendo girl, then I became a PlayStation girl. But yeah, I'll probably always be a PlayStation girl. I will be getting like I said, I will be trying to get an Xbox 360 in the future, aka around 2013 time. But I'll always be a PlayStation girl because they have my favorite franchises on it. I don't know what I wouldn't do without my Uncharted and my, the God of Wars and all that stuff on there. And the fact that I know Sony will actually have their consoles out on market longer, so I know the PlayStation 3, even when if the PlayStation 4 comes out, I know the PlayStation 3 is going to always still be on market for a pretty long dang time. So yeah, I'll pretty much just be a PlayStation girl for a long time. Number two, do you play other games other than Saints Row and WWE 12? I actually do play other games that doesn't involve Saints Row or WWE 12, and those games would be Uncharted, my favorite series. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and the Fallout series, though I haven't played it since my last PS3 died. I really got to get back into it. I actually recorded some clips that I had on my when I was playing it on my old PS3. I probably will just throw those up so I can clear up some room on my computer and stuff. But yes, I do actually play other games other than Saints Row and WWE 12. So yes, I do. I just use WWE 12 and Saints Row for my channel because that's what my channel revolves around, those two games. So yeah. Third question. What are your thoughts on WWE 13? Anything about it you're looking forward to? I'm sorry, but I answered this question before. There is really not anything that's impressing me right now. I mean, yes, I love the Attitude Era and WWF Era and stuff like that, but I don't know. There's just really not anything that's really grasping me and making me want to get it on, release day. Maybe if they talk about more about the call mode and stuff, then maybe my opinions about it will change. But right now, my thoughts on it is nothing good. Nothing is impressing me and making me want to buy the game. So I'll probably do like I did with WWE 12, and I'll just be buying the game online for cheap and not on release day. I'm not being fooled again, and I'm not following DQ's hype ass lies. So yeah. Number four, what or who was the reason you decided to upload vids to YouTube? Okay, there was no one that actually, um, okay, hold on. Okay, the reason I decided to upload videos on YouTube is because back in 2000, let me see, early 2009, well, not early, mid 2009, I was pretty much in the house a lot when I'm not doing anything else, when I'm not, working my butt off or something. I'm pretty much in the house, so I figured I'd just start uploading to YouTube, just to kill that time and just to see, I don't know, see what I could do, I guess. I don't know. So I guess my reasoning was boredom. So then I guess it turned into something else, and yeah, that's it. It turned into one of my favorite hobbies, editing and blah blah blah. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I answered as best as I could. Thank you for asking. On to the next batch. Okay, so my next batch of questions comes from Noodles Lover. By the way, I like that username. Okay, so how long does it take you to make the average call? Oh, wow. It takes me a pretty dang long time. Especially when it's a brand new call and it's not a call that I'm just copying a formula off from another game. Now I'm just gonna tell you what it typically takes for me to create an original call, aka a call from scratch or brand new call, and a call that I'm just bringing over. For a brand new call, it takes me an average of maybe a day or two because maybe beforehand I'll get the idea. I'll see something I like on the net and be like, I should make a call based off of that. Or I'll see a name and be like, I like this name. I should use it on the call. So maybe the process actually takes 3 days because I actually have to think. I like to think of the names ahead of time. Or sometimes the name are the inspiration for it. Then I have to think of a look. Then I have to think of what type of tires I want to fit that call with, and then the creation process. So I say an average of 2 to 3 days at the max to create a car from scratch and brand new. For original, it doesn't really take me no more than, okay, well, if I'm going with the same look I went with in the games beforehand, aka the look they had, then it doesn't really take me that long because I already know what I want to do. But if I want to give them a whole new look, also maybe about 5 6 hours maybe at the max to give them their look. But it's it can be pretty long, 7 hours 8 hours at the max. So I hope that I answered that question well enough for you. Thank you for asking. And okay, so these next batch of questions comes from MW2 NL4D2 fan. And he asked me, what's your first name? I think that question's a bit too personal, but since you didn't come off as a jerk with it, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I can't tell you. But I can tell you what my nickname is. I'll give you a clue. It's in my story. In episode, let me see. In my latest episode, you'll find out what my nickname is. I'll let you figure it out. What kind of music is your favorite, and do you have any pets? What is my favorite music? Y'all can make fun of me all y'all want, but I dig the early hip hop and R&B songs in the early 2000s and 90s. Those are the best, was the best era for music. I also like some 80s music and 70s, and I put my mom to blame for that, but hey, they had some banging ass music back then, so call it what you want. But it's mainly old R&Bs and um, old hip hop, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like some of the music today, but a lot of it just sound like they half of them sound like fucking robots. So I don't really dig too much of the music today. Yeah. Do I have any pets? Yes, I have pets. I have two cats, Tiger and Persia. I've had them for almost 2 years now. Thank you for asking. Though I had pets in when I was younger. Yes, the I have pets, Tiger and Persia. Don't think these are too personal. Okay. No. Well, the first one was kind of personal. Well, it wasn't and it was, but you didn't come off as a jerk, so don't worry about it. But thank you for asking those questions. On to the next. Okay. These questions come from my boo boo, Gothic Nightmare 66. And he asked me, do you want DQ to continue being part, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, wait. Oh, of the Saints Row series? Hell no. And the reason being is because when some of the developers were actually coming onto the official sites to answer some of our questions about why such and such DLC was like this or why it cost this much, the developer was actually said they have no control on the pricing and what comes out and how it comes out. That's all DQ's doing. So if I could choose a different publisher for the game that I would want, it would be somebody other than DQ because DQ are just god awful. I'm sorry. Question number 2 from my boo boo. Are you excited about WWE 13? Like I said down below, not really. It's not gonna be a first. It's not gonna be a first buy for me. I'm not gonna get it on release day. I already made sure of that. There hasn't been anything that really has impressed me that much. I mean, I like the fact that they're bringing some of the superstars from the Attitude Era back because the Attitude Era was the best era for wrestling. But let's be honest, who really plays with the wrestlers? Not many people because you're too busy working on your creations and stuff. So I'm about I don't know. I'm not really that excited for it. Not to be honest with you. So number 3, why why are you thwarting most awesome person ever? Oh, I still love you too. Thank you for answering the questions. And I love you too, boo boo. On to the next batch of questions. Okay, my next batch of question comes from the real H2. Do it? Or just DUT? Okay, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm sorry. Sorry. And he asked, what made you start making calls? Let's answer that first question. I don't know. I just found that I like to create, I guess. Um, I don't know. I just like the fact that, I can create a person that was my own, and I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I guess it was because, like I said, I just like the thought of, I don't know, putting all that shit that I be having swimming through my brain into something. So I figure I put it into a creation. So I've actually been creating characters slash calls for a long time. On the Sims, the ones for the consoles, and back in the Nintendo 64 days, and I've been creating for a long time. So I hope that I answered that question well enough, the best that I could. Number 2, and what made you start YouTube? Like I said before, down below, the only real reason that I actually came on YouTube was back in 2005, year after it came out, was to really watch videos that I couldn't. So I just figured I'd make an account. My intentions wasn't to make it into a gaming channel or anything like that. It just started happening once I started looking at lots of videos on YouTube involving Saints Row and, well, let me just say Saints Row. The Saints Row 2 was the real reason why what got me into uploading videos. It was the first game that I used to start before I started uploading any WWE videos or anything like that. So I hope that answered that question well enough. Thank you for asking. So on to the next, shall we? Okay, so the next batch of question comes from Love Londonize. Number 1, what's your favorite Saints Row game? Um, as much as I love Saints Row 3, well, let me see. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I was gonna say Saints Row 2, but then I just think about all the, things they did for Saints Row 3, and I'm just gonna go with Saints Row 3 because I like how, I don't know, like, my character actually feels like they're a part of like each cutscenes. You know, the missions were amazing, the cutscenes were amazing, the dialogue was amazing. I mean, just everything about it was amazing to me, in my opinion. So yeah, that's the game I like, Saints Row 3. Question number 2. Who's your favorite diva slash divas from the past? And I answered this. I can think this is like my fifth time answering this. My favorite diva, China Doll. If I had to name any other divas, it would be Trish Stratus, Lita, Sable, Jacqueline, Molly Holly, Ivory, Stacy Keebler, and that's it pretty much. Yeah, that's when they actually wrestled, and it was badass. So next, who's your favorite divas of the present? I really don't have any favorite divas of the present. Well, even though I don't watch wrestling anymore, it would have to be Beth Phoenix and Natalia, because they actually wrestle instead of just getting in the ring. They actually wrestle instead of just getting in the ring and just standing there being cute and shit. You know what I'm saying? I like to watch wrestling and see the wrestling, you know, not just to stand there and being all cute and shit. So it would be Natalia and Beth Phoenix, even though I don't watch wrestling anymore. So on to the next. Who's your favorite WWE superstar or superstars? Again, The Rock or Stone Cold. The Rock, obviously, first, and then maybe Stone Cold, because, like I said before, back then, they had one of the best rivalries to me. So, yeah. Thank you for asking your questions. On to the next.